Of the many responsibilities a mother faces, a very important one is to make sure her children are well nourished. That is a daunting task for any mother, and there are mothers who have to count the carbohydrates, roughage, and protein content in every meal they prepare. They have to do this because their children have diabetes.
When we found out that Lwazi was diabetic, he was 1 year, 6 months, and he was a healthy child. There was nothing wrong with him. And then he just started losing weight. He's a strong child, so you could see that it's an effort for him to stand up, to play with other kids. So when the doctor is telling us that Lwazi, our son, is diabetic, we said there must be a mistake, they must call a specialist.
When Paniati was diagnosed with diabetes, he was just over 2 years old. He got a virus, and they couldn't really get to the bottom of what was causing the problem. And he did actually show all the symptoms of having diabetes, but you don't really know.
Diabetes South Africa is a non-profit organization who thrives to be a support and advocate for all people with diabetes in this country. Wendy Francis is a fundraiser for Diabetes South Africa.
Diabetes, often called sugar diabetes, is when the body doesn't break sugar down correctly. You get two different types of diabetes, diabetes 1 and diabetes 2. Now, diabetes 1 is when the pancreas doesn't produce insulin into the body. Then people have to inject insulin into them. Diabetes type 2 is basically a lifestyle disease. It's where people haven't looked after what they're eating. They haven't eaten properly.
I told the doctor, I said, I don't know what's wrong with this child, but something is wrong. He's urinating a lot, he's sweating at night, he's losing weight. They tested him, his sugar was H something, he didn't have a number. And then he said we must go to the ICU, we were admitted. It was terrible.
Paniati just seemed to get more and more frail. He was literally disappearing in front of our eyes. He wouldn't eat. He started vomiting. When he actually started passing out, that we realized that something was horribly wrong and rushed him off to the hospital and admitted him straight away. The bottom line, obviously, at the end of the day, was that he did have diabetes.
Sometimes I do get scared, like if my sugar hasn't been too good for a few days, I'll be scared, am I going to be okay for my hockey match tomorrow, or am I going to be okay for my test that I'm writing? So yeah, I get scared, like, will I be okay? Will I come off the hockey field alive?
We have approximately 6 million people in South Africa that are affected by diabetes. We have 85 to 90% of diabetics are undiagnosed. They actually have no idea they have diabetes. That is why it is so important to have your sugar levels checked at least once a year.
The staff and the students of Cosmo Private School are dedicated to creating awareness of diabetes. They host an initiative called Denim for Diabetes. The pupils wear an item of denim in exchange for a small donation that helps raise funds for Diabetics SA.
We ask the children to donate money, and we receive it, then we give it back to them, they come out and they lay out the word diabetes. And I think it makes it special for them to realize this is where our money can go and we can make a change.
I donate money to strangers because I believe that dynamite comes in small packages and you don't need to be a giant in person or business to make a difference.
I raised 458 Rand for Denim for Diabetes. I saved money I got for doing my chores because I knew Diabetes Day is coming. When I raised the money, I felt very proud and happy.
I'm proud to say that Cosmo has raised this year well over 6,000 Rand for Diabetes SA. Last year, we donated to them 3,200. I asked our kids, can we make it 5,000? And that once again proved to me that we have some of the best children and parents.
Lwazi was fortunate enough to attend a diabetes camp that was organized by Diabetes SA.
At diabetes camp, it was pretty nice when I was at there. I learned how to inject myself. My brother also taught me carbs when he was there. He wants me to exercise so I can get healthier. It was fun because I finally got to get more friends and that are diabetes. I want to help others with their diabetes when I grow up. I think I can help them by being a doctor.
Diabetes hasn't stopped me from doing anything I wanted. I've always played sports. I've always been in plays. I've been on tours. It's never stopped me from doing anything. So there's no reason that I should let it control my life. I need to control my diabetes so that I can be who I want to be.